Hey everybody out there, Chris and Mike here, and welcome to the Indies comic review for the week of July 23rd, 2014. Guys, you're about to enter another trilogy week. We're going to be doing this video. Following this, we're going to be doing DC, and then following that, we're going to be doing Marvel. So hopefully all this will go up on Tuesday before the live show, unlike last week where DC had to go up after the live show. So hopefully everything will go up. Big week this week for Indies. This is our biggest review out of the three. Yep. DC and Marvel both have 7 books. Here we have 11 digital and we got a lot of physical, so let's waste no time and go into the physical.
Okay. So, first physical that I pick up is a Dark Horse Comics of Tomb Raiders issue number 6. This by far is the book of the week in the physical copies. Just talks about Lara Croft, who gets with these. Well, first of all, here's some artwork, by the way. And this guy that she's with, I can't remember his name for the life of me, but basically he just talks about Matsu's own daughters and everything else that is there, and the Solarized are evil, and everything else about it. She does rescue Sam, but what they need is a Guardian's blood to bring back Mattias, which is Lara Croft's blood that they want to use. And apparently, you know, after all that was said and done and everything, there was like a huge shocker in this book that I didn't see coming. The guy that was with her actually betrays her, because he was one of the Solari worshippers, and my jaw dropped after that. I was just really in shock that, you know, oh, Danny's his name. And I couldn't believe that, because in games, I don't remember anyone betraying her in any sort of way, unless I forgot. But he just talks about how the whole setup came to be, and she ends him with the grenade, and I don't see the end or to be continued after Laura saves Sam, along with her other friends that are there. So I hope that they still continue on, because I really enjoyed reading Tomb Raiders, and if not,
it's continuing forward.
Oh, good, because I really enjoyed Gail Simone's run of the 6 issues of this, and hopefully I'll see a new story arc. Book of the week, must get if you're a Tomb Raider fan like I am, based off of the video game, and you know, definitely something to look into. And this one's my book. Vertigo of Dead Boy Detectives issue number 7. Oh my god, it's about time they brought this out, because I feel like I've been away from this book in forever. And basically, it talks about, really about the journal of Charles, or was it Edwin? Oh, Edwin. And we meet some new characters. It was a little bit okay, where Crystal was talking to these people who could see ghosts, and, you know, because the other person thought, oh, that's just BS about ghosts, because it's science and everything. Artwork is okay. Not too bad, actually. And it's just the detectives, you know, the 2 boys, Edwin and Charles, being detectives to find something. And if you want to find out what it is, you could definitely read the book. And the cats are with them also, just to say that. But Charles, let's just say that Charles heard something about his father that wasn't true to him. And all hell's about to break loose when Charles heard something that should not have been heard. Oh boy. That's really something. And this was really an excellent book, so definitely pick this one up if you've been reading all along like I have. So, I don't know why you think it's not being good. I think it's a good book.
I didn't know if you liked it.
Oh boy, you do this one.
Turtles in Time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, issue number 2, my god.
The artwork.
Okay, so apparently the artist for each issue is going to change, and for the first time in a long time, 3rd time in the lifetime of this volume of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I did not like the artwork in this book. at all.
Look
From
at
the
it.
first page, I want you stay straight.
I'll hold it.
From the first page, I said, nope. I could tell I'm not going to like the artwork, and the artwork definitely hindered my reading of this book, because it was horrible. Every 2 seconds you see the turtle's drawers dropping.
And not only that, is Leonardo become more of being an antisocial or something, or is it just me?
I don't know. But they're in the samurai time. They end up saving their father,
Hiroku-san. No,
No.
Yoshi.
Hamada Yoshi, sorry.
Yoshi.
And they realize, holy crap, we just saved our father. They get to see their, as you saw on this page, they get to see themselves as kids before they were murdered. They know what's going to happen. They can't interfere. Something happens with the Foot Clan and Shredder. They end up fighting Shredder, but they don't kill him because obviously that'll change the future.
Well, Raphael convinced Leonardo not to kill him. And that was really something Raphael I thought I'd never see. I thought Leonardo would tell Raphael that, but what a twist.
And then they disappear. And there's a little epilogue, which leads into, obviously, the death of Matayoshi. And the next issue is the Pirates. I did not like this issue for the artwork alone. It was very hard to enjoy the story because I hated the artwork. What a difference from what we've been seeing in not only the main series, but even from the mini-series. The writing's okay, but again, Turtles in Time, we're still missing the whole introduction because they didn't let the annual out yet. And I don't know, I'm not
get an
feeling
understanding of the book without the introduction.
No, but even the story itself, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. You know, when you hear Turtles in Time, you're thinking about the video game and what we went through already, and unfortunately, it's falling short, and there's still, I think, 2 or 3 more issues to go. Hopefully things maybe will pick up, but hopefully the artwork gets better, because I'm very disappointed in the artwork. Definitely takes points away from the book.
Okay, into Zenoscope. Hellsing, issue number 404, the last issue of the Hellsing storyline, or story arc for this part. And hopefully we'll be seeing more of this. And what this story is about is Hellsing going into Dracula's home, and what visitors are in his home, and she basically wants to find out what happened. Hellsing wants to find out what happened to her father, and she has this long dialogue talk with Dracula. Here's some artwork, which is awesome artwork. Love Zenoscope's artwork. It is just really excellent. And so Dracula has powers over Hellsing that you can move and stuff, and what she finds is her father, who was in prison of Dracula, and he's like saying, how could this be? And the father turns into a monster after being a like a vampire and all that stuff, and it was very hard for Hellsing or Liesel actually, to fight off
Leslie.
Leslie? Oh, sorry if I pronounced it wrong. With her father and everything, and yeah, so Dracula basically burns down the house, and she doesn't know what's going on, so she wound up killing her father because she had no choice. Hades is his name? Yeah. He comes in to save her from the whole burning thing, and she actually spends night with Hades watching a movie, and I guess it says perhaps it's time to turn to chapter 2, so I guess the story will continue, which I hope so. So this issue was very interesting, a great way to end 404. I would definitely recommend you pick up 4 issues. I give this a 5 out of 5 for the Hellsing parts 1 through 4. Really something you should really look into. Zenoscope, they're just amazing with their comic books, and I look forward to reading them each and every time.
This is yours also. What are you giving it to me for?
Oh. Wonderland issue number 25.
This is the 25th landmark issue for Wonderland 25, so this will run you $4.
Oh.
It will run you $5.99. But it's the dramatic conclusion to, for those of you that read the whole Wonderland Clash of Queens.
Yeah.
This is the grand finale. Like what you read there, the grand conclusion to all of that and everything going on in Wonderland happens here. So I can understand the price spike a little bit. You do get a recap of everything that happens in
you do actually.
Realm, what do you call it? Clash of Queens.
Yeah, because I saw this like from previous issues where you know, the queens get together and they just you know, talks amongst themselves and everything else. And the Dark Queen, you know, I'm telling you, she's, you know. Oh wait, that's not the Dark.
That's the Queen of Spades.
Queen of Spades. I'm sorry. Oh wow, listen to me. Queen of Spades. I meant to say. Is doing that, and the Dark One, that guy is just really starting to annoy me. So anyway, so with that, they're trying to fight off against the army of spades, and here's some more artwork here, and what it is that they encounter with the Dark One, both Callie and I forgot what the other one's name was. I hate when I forget names.
Front of the book is always a helping hand.
Violet, thank you. So both of them fight off against the Dark One while the others are fighting off against the demons. And after both of them have been with the Dark One, like they really you know, don't want to remember being with them, but of course after he got decapitated he could put his head back on again, which was that. There is a little bit of a it looked like a death scene in the book, and if you want to find out what it is, definitely read the book. So I really see lots of twists in this, including when Violet goes up against the Queen of Spades, and or is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Kylie goes up against Queen of Spades, and
Callie.
Yeah, Callie. And it's really just all about the Dark One, just trying.
But the Dark Queen was right. She became the one that ran Wonderland.
Right, because she runs all the realms and everything, as of then. So he's just saying, you know, that Wonderland is just going to find someone else to fill the void of something, and you know, there's just a whole lot in this book that really was interesting. They also have an epilogue of, you know, what happened before time, and that's actually to be continued in Age of Darkness Realm War #1, and a new story begins in Wonderland number 26.
It's an awesome cover for 26.
Yeah, it is actually. I really like that cover. I didn't want to give too much away in this comic book because I want you guys to read it, but basically that's the gist of the book. Just them fighting off against the Queen of Spades and the demons, along with the Dark One, after the whole thing of what he did to them. So, really great comic to read.
Finally, Godstorm Hercules Pain issue 4/5. So, what was the name? Tyrell releases that video he has of Andre fleeing the scene where his brother died, basically making him the one, look like he's the one that shot his brother. They break into the police break into the mother's house looking for Andre. They're going all over the place looking for Andre. Tyrell basically has had enough of Venus. He basically says, I run the show. She's like, listen, you're suffering from withdrawal. Either you do what I want with this, Andre Payne, or there's going to be some serious problems. But where's Andre? The rest of the book shows you Andre's out there just being a superhero. He saves this girl from being raped. He stops these kids from robbing a store. But then he ends up in the cemetery where his brother was buried, and he gets confronted by the police, and he has to run. He actually throws something at a helicopter and saves it then. So he doesn't hurt the police, but then he comes face to face with the girl he likes, Katrina. And he says, do you really think I did it? Like, he's trying to convince, he wanted to convince her that he didn't do it, but she already believed he didn't do it. However, Tyrell's men show up again, the superpowered men. They end up taking her, they end up kidnapping her, I should say. And basically, this is their way of saying, either go see Tyrell Taylor or else your girlfriend is going to die. He says he wants me to pay him a visit. All he had to do was ask. To be concluded, also to make note, Goddess Inc. #1. I'm not going to say too much, but I will say this. The first issue, you guys, if you guys are loving the Godstorm world, just because it says Goddess Inc. doesn't mean it's not Godstorm Universe. It is a really, really good, it's going to be a really awesome series as well, and that's all I'm allowed to say at this time, but it's going to be a really awesome series. Love the Godstorm Universe. Love this book. 5 out of 5 stars. I'm just loving it. I'm looking forward to future characters being introduced to us through the Greek and Roman mythologies. And I'm looking forward to seeing their interaction with what's going to be going on in the Grimm Fairy Tales universe with these characters.
After that issue 100, yeah.
Especially that Zeus is still alive, so there's still a lot going on. Alright, and that's it for the physicals. Let's get into the digitals. Dark Horse. We're going to start with Dark Horse. And we're going to start with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, issue #5. So in the last issue, Dracula became... I forgot what this demon was called, but... Oh, here we go. Malkur, he's the oldest vampire and the most powerful. So now it's up to the team to fight Malkur and turn Dracula back, into Dracula. And the hold Dracula had on Xander slowly dies because he no longer has his hold on Xander. And Xander actually comes up with a plan to save Dracula. As Dracula gets stabbed, or Malkur gets stabbed, and Dracula goes back to being normal, his normal form, he starts to transform again, but Xander writes something else in the book to save Dracula. However, he also frees himself from Dracula's control permanently. The ending of the book is more of an epilogue of things with Xander and Dawn, the final fate of the book, which I don't want to spoil, and just everything kind of lulls its way to a conclusion. The next issue is called Moving Day. So, looking forward to that. But I don't want to give you guys the ending because it was a really good issue and you guys definitely should be checking out Buffy. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really glad we got that Buffy challenge because it got me into not only reading Angel and Faith again, but it got me into reading Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I'm really enjoying a lot. Halo Escalation issue #8. The Master Chief is back. And for those of you that played Halo 4, here's your epilogue. So the Master Chief is in front of the council, and we get a huge recap of everything that happened from the Didac to the, what were they called? The Composer and the, oh God. I forgot the name of the Pantheons, everything. And of course, the council isn't too happy about losing Cortana, and they don't really want to say too much about the Didac, so they decide to just chalk it all up to a Covenant attack that the Master Chief came in and became, the greatest hero, yada yada. However, the Admiral Hood has some stuff that's going on that he wants the Master Chief at the head of. The Black Spartans have gone radio silent, and it has something to do with Gamma Halo, and Master Chief already is guessing it's the Prometheans looking for something, so he ends up leading the Blue Spartan team on a rendezvous to Gamma Halo to find out what happened to Spartan Team Black and the science team that's out there looking for something. We don't know what it is yet. We find out, however, towards the end of the issue. The Pantheons show up, and of course the Spartans make quick work of them, but then they find this entryway, this tunnel, and we find out that this tunnel was actually where, in the beginning of the book, and I was worried about this, they were saying you don't know if the Forerunner or the what was he called again? I love how I played the game too. No. Had it too. The Composer. You don't know if the Composer or the Forerunner is still alive. And it turns out, spoiler alert, we find out the fate of the Composer. And it's obviously going to This is the epilogue that's going to lead into probably Halo 5. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to seeing the next issue. It was really good. I'm not going to spoil the last page of that. Let's see, do we have any more Dark Horse before we continue forward? This time I want to make triple sure. No.
I really don't think so. Because mostly he's now...
Right. So let's switch over to Valiant really quick. And let's talk about Armor Hunter's Bloodshot miniseries, issue number 1. How'd you like it, Mike?
I really thought it was interesting. It really focused on Bloodshot a lot. Like, you know, the missions that he does and...
Good artwork.
Yeah. But what I liked about this issue also, it still talks about the suit. Like how it's still, you know, like the effects and everything that it had, and, you know, like in a way of them remembering. So Bloodshot has a talk with I think that's right. I don't know like who that is, but like he has a talk with him of basically you know, like wars and stuff like that, and then they start to have a little bit of a fight scene with each other, you know, based on you know, what happened. And really the whole story is just all about just Bloodshot and his mission of what he has to do. And he destroys everything. And there was one part where I think he was going to call for Ninjak to be on his side or anything, but he just does like all by himself, which is what I like about the character actually in the comic book, along with amazing artwork like you just said before. So he gets an encounter with certain someone in the end, and let's just say all hell's gonna break loose in the next issue of this comic issue. So really good stuff in this. I'm liking the whole like the Armor Hunters, is that what the series called, of what's going on, but you should really take a look into that because it's really good, the issue.
Next we have Solar, Man of the Atom, issue number 4, but now
Yes.
it's going to be his daughter, so eventually it's going to change into Woman
Yeah,
of the Atom.
Erica is so thick-headed in this comic book. Like, the father is trying to tell her to use the powers of math and everything. And she's just saying, oh, I'm just going to do what I want. Stop telling me what to do. So she's kind of a brat in this issue. Because she thinks she's got everything under control. That's what the whole comic issue is. I'm just going to do things my way. I'm going to do this, do that. And then in the middle of the issue, she gets in trouble and everything, and you know, and she still just doesn't listen to father. And there's one scene actually, which you just passed, with the dialogue between wait, you just skipped the name. Like there was like a
Colin?
Yeah, that he wanted to sign a contract with him to work together and everything, and he declined it. No, so. You know, the other guy didn't like that very much. And, yeah, it just goes back to the fight scene where Erica is trying now to fight off against this new enemy. And, like I said before, she just does her own things her own way and doesn't listen to her father. So, she's just, you know, I don't know why the father just doesn't say, you know, like, you gotta listen or, you know... I just don't understand why she's like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very frustrating when you watch characters like that.
I know. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. But, you know, the artwork was great, don't get me wrong, but I think there's going to be a new player in town that might be a little bit too powerful for Erica. We'll find out in the issue. But really, the basis of the book is just her being a brat, and sooner or later, she's going to have to listen to her father, or she's going to get herself killed. And she's got to use algebra and everything. I mean, hey, I don't like math, but sometimes we got to do things we don't like. So, you know.
So next we have from Image Comics, only one from Image also, Savage Dragon, issue 196. What do you think of this issue, Mike? I didn't get a chance to read it yet.
Well, in this issue, it talks about, like, really them looking for, well, first of all, Malcolm, he just went through an explosion. And everything, and his body and skin's trying to recuperate, and the lady, I forgot what her name was, that was in the last issue, is putting a gang together to find Malcolm, dead or alive, but mostly she wants him to get killed. So they do find him, and there's this whole big fight scene, and then there's this girl that really, likes Malcolm, but what they don't know is that he is being held captive by chains, and he tries to break out of it, and he's like saying, once I get all my skin back together, I will break out of these, and he actually does. And he just goes out there and just does his thing and tries to get rid of the team that's against him, but they're all like way too strong for him, and he tries to fight back, and it's a lot of mayhem and lots of destruction, but let's just say there's something that they did to him when he was chained up that might change his whole character perspective, and the ending part of the book says it all, and I cannot give it away because it is too awesome to give away. And then there's these other side stories. I didn't bother reading it. I saw the artwork and I just said no.
Yeah,
no,
I
thank
don't blame
you.
you.
But wow, I have a really great feeling that with being 4 issues away from 200, it's going to be something that might change this comic book forever in a positive way. So definitely.
While we have the time, really quick, let's talk about, and then we're going to switch over to, let's talk about Godzilla, Rulers of Earth, issue number 14. The spotlight is on Mechagodzilla, the creation of him, and how the humans are going to use Mechagodzilla against the Kaiju, Godzilla, everybody. Mechagodzilla really beats the hell out of one of the Kaiju and really leaves him as a bloody mess. And the people who've been in the previous issues jump on it to try to save him. It turns out that he's okay. Godzilla, however, attacks. Oh, where was it? I think it's Las Vegas, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. They're always on the West Coast.
So Godzilla's at is in Los Angeles now, and Mechagodzilla is deployed. Not just one, but several. The people who went to go help the Kaiju, it turns out he's still alive, but he's actually captured and trapped and taken away by one of the other Mechagodzillas. And we find out that the creator of the Mechagodzilla, the scientist that created them, spoiler alert, is one of the Atlanteans.
Oh.
That's what that is. From under the sea. So this was a huge plan to destroy all the Kaijus. Yep. All the monsters. And to be continued. I'm really loving Rulers of Earth. It's a really good book and a really nice monster fighting book.
It is.
And guys, hold tight really quick. We have 5 more books to go, but the time is about to run out, so give us a sec. With the click of a button, we will return. Alright, we're back, and let's continue. We have Super Secret Crisis War, Johnny Bravo one-shot from Cartoon Network.
Next to Solar and Tomb Raiders, this was my other book of the week, Johnny Bravo. For those of you who watched Johnny Bravo over the years, he just has that attitude in this book, you know, where he's like saying, oh baby, and has that Elvis Presley like voice and all that. Like I imagined it in my head. But basically, the people in the other dimension are going after now Johnny Bravo. And like I said, I like when it says Johnny, go up.
Johnny senses
tingling, yeah. And then he's like saying, hey, look at my abs and stuff like that. And the women just pass by him, so just about that. But then as the issue continues, there is a robot that meets up with him after the whole thingamajigger happens that he meets up with, that offers him a challenge. And he's like saying, well listen buddy, I don't know this and that, but I accept the challenge and everything. So Johnny Bravo takes him to a carnival where they do all the arcades and stuff like that, and it was really funny the way they do that. Even the arm wrestling thing, and the chess when they were playing that. I just like how they add the comedy to it, but it does get serious at some times. And of course, Johnny Bravo gets distracted going against the other women, and the robot short circuits because he's being so dumb and everything. He's like saying, hey, who you calling dumb? You know, I'm not a dumb guy and everything. And they get in a little bit of a fight where he tries to get Johnny, and he gets the squirrel that goes to the robot, and it's just Johnny just, after all that, the woman just starts that. And what I liked also was that there was a chapter 1 under construction,
which is a prelude.
to it, and actually leads into the next month's comic of Billy and Mancy.
Basically, you get all the one-shots. You'll get a full prelude to Super Secret
Crisis War. Yeah. So next one will be the grim adventures of Billy and Manny. However, I said it before, I forgot. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, you could if you watch Johnny Bravo and hear his voice. Which one? That one? Oh yeah.
So Transformers versus G.I. Joe issue number 1. I thought it was going to be new. I don't know if it's new or if it's old or if they used old.
I don't know, because when I read, I did read this one, by the way. I like the classics of how it's drawn and everything, but just to skip the whole, BS of what happened in the beginning, G.I. Joe sees that there's a symbol, and it says Cybertron, and they're trying to find out, after all that, like what this means and everything. So, and the symbol of the Transformer. So they're just trying to find every which way of what it means. So they go up against the Transformers G.I. Joe team, and go Joe. They go up against them, and it looks like the Transformers winning when they took some of the G.I. Joe teams, but they worked together to find out how to take down the Transformers. And
Decepticons.
Yeah, the Decepticons. And I have a great feeling that, they find the beginning and they're going to team up, because that. That always happens. So, it looked like a big tie. Like, I thought the Transformers were going to take them down, but to be honest, that was one intense one-shot of a fighting scene. And there's also a little twist in the end also, which...
Decepticons reaching out to Cobra.
I wasn't going to spoil it.
This is an old book, trust me, you're not spoiling much.
Well, for those of you who like the classic drawings and the whole thing of that, you'll definitely like this issue. I thought it was an okay issue.
Me too, I like that the next issue is going to have Devastator in it.
Yeah, that one too I saw.
Let's talk about current day Transformers with Transformers Windblade miniseries issue 4 of 4. So Windblade is now running with Chromia to access into Metroplex to find out who opened up a space bridge and find out who's doing all of the problems in Metroplex, who's causing all the issues, while Starscream is chasing after them. So she finally gets into Metroplex. Starscream shows up, slices off Chromia's arm, slashes at Windblade, but Windblade finally accesses Metroplex, and we find out who the person was that was causing all the problems. Spoiler alert here, guys. It was Chromia. Why did Chromia do it? She wants Windblade and herself to leave Cybertron, to go back home, and to basically use the space bridge and leave. And Windblade, and Chromia wants to protect Windblade. So it wasn't Starscream, and Starscream figures out he was wrong, that it wasn't Windblade. But basically, Windblade shuts down the bridge, the space bridge, and she insists on staying in Cybertron until everything is back to normal. I'm going to save you the end dialogue between her and Starscream, but it ends with her saying, I've only begun to fight. There's apparently a Windblade series possibly coming out soon, so I guess this miniseries was taken in very well. So we might be seeing another Windblade volume, which I'm looking forward to. But all in all, it was a really great miniseries. I would definitely recommend checking it out in trade paperback if you didn't check it out in single issues. This issue I've seen a lot of advertisement for, and it's Ragnarok issue number 1 with a really awesome cover.
Yeah, and when I first saw a couple pages that it looked like a Thor-like comic with the words and everything, I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna like it. But however,
I thought the artwork was nice, sketchy but nice.
Yeah. However, though, we do get a what's her name? Ragna, or I know it started with the letter R, I think, or is it? No. Oh, Brenja, yeah.
The guy's name is
Rang, yeah. Basically, Brenya wants to go on a mission to look for assassins for a specific mission she goes on, and to leave her child, Snowflake, behind. Bahrain to look over him. I guess a him. I can't
Him or her. The
yeah,
baby.
The baby, yeah. So she's just going on this adventure, and the artwork's really nice. I will admit that.
The world is really nice.
And she's just looking for the assassins, and of course, you know, she knows that some of them are no good, like saying, oh, she's just this and that. And I like how when they get killed, she's like saying, I was going to kill him eventually. Like, I like the attitude in that one, because I thought that was really something. But getting into some serious, you know, there's a whole bunch of things that are going on that the reason why she needs assassins. And, you know, there's just a whole bunch of things that she does to try to get in this place. But in the end is something that might change the whole issue in ways more than one. And that's all I'm going to say for this story, because, I mean, I gave you the gist of what it's about, but I want you guys to read more into it and see what your thoughts of it is. But, wow, I was really amazed at this comic book.
And finally this week from IDW, Winter World issue number 2.
Yeah, I didn't really feel this issue for a reason. Like, it was Wayne really, like W-Y-N-N, I guess that's how you say it. It's really just focused on her and what she's doing. And about the skitters and everything.
It's okay artwork.
Yeah, the artwork's okay, but I didn't really see the point of the book. Like, I guess what I'm guessing, it was just them going up against, just them trying to get the skitters and everything. But there was one part that was a bit interesting, where the guy that Wayne was with, like, he gets killed by one of the assassins that say, okay, we gotta bring the girl with us. So I think the name's here. No, in that one.
Scully?
Yeah, Scully. Remind me of X-Files. But basically he says, Scully, do you have a plan? Then he says, I'm sorry, but, you know, and he dies. That's what it looks like, because it's like saying, I'm sorry, but you're on
No,
your
he didn't
own.
have the die star yet. He just doesn't have a plan.
Oh. Well, I thought, because when he said I'm sorry, I thought he meant, you know. But I didn't really feel this issue, like, in some parts of it, little bits here and there, but maybe the next issue will be better, because, you know, there's always that one comic book that's a little bit here and there, but we'll see where it goes as time goes on.
And guys, that's it for this indie review.
Okay.
Also, don't forget to check out Comic Related, Comic Frontline, and Zone4Podcast.com. Together, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Stay tuned. We have DC and Marvel coming up. Also, guys, likes, dislikes, agree, disagree, your comments on any of the books we talked about here, or recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and your comments will be heard on this week's weekly comic book haul, which we shoot on Friday. So send those comments so we can interact with you guys a little bit more.
Yep.
So up next are the big 2. So until those videos come up, take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting, and we'll see you guys in the next review.
Later, everybody.